Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop Podcast. We're back.
Hello.
We are still on the banks of the Red River. I'm here with everybody. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Mike. Not very enthusiastic, everybody.
A little apprehensive.
Long evening.
We are here to introduce you to episode 100, Part B. You can find us on Twitter at Billowing Hilltop. You can find us on Facebook, and you can always email us at hello@billowinghilltop.com. And all of Paul will read your email. Apparently, Johnny says it's not funny anymore that we joke about how much there is left of Paul.
So we should keep doing it, just to annoy
Yeah,
Johnny.
but just
It's funny.
We are going to push on with Part B of episode 100 of the Billowing Hilltop Podcast. You've got to fight for your right to Vaati.
Party.
Good.
Do you think the figurine thing works, Mike?
Don't touch the figurine thing. Right, is everybody set? Everybody got a cup of tea?
Yes.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
Let's push on.
Right. Do stuff.
Let's do this.
It's got loads of magic.
Okay, describe this chamber. I mean, not yet, Johnny, but
Come on. Loads of magic.
my problem here is the magic arguments are just
3 episodes worth.
Yeah, exactly. You are lifted up into a chamber. It is of a modest size, but it has a very high ceiling, 60 feet high, there or thereabouts. The room is lit by elongated metal lanterns that glow with the colours of the rainbow.
This sounds vaguely familiar.
A white marble sarcophagus floats in the air at the far end of the room, 10 feet off the floor. The base of that sarcophagus is carved with an image of a sleeping wind duke. He is holding a sword in one hand and he is holding the seal of Icosiol in the other.
So this is a relief on the top.
On the
did you
bottom.
say?
It's a carving of the image of a sleeping wind duke. Yeah. The walls of this chamber are carved to depict a funeral procession that winds up in a spiral, showing wind dukes, djinn, air elementals, and other elemental servants of law, that's law with a capital L, in mourning as they attend the body of a fallen general. After the first spiral, the upper sections show the general's ascension into a primal vortex of wind and thunder. Many-eyed abominations, frog-like humans, and tentacled demons are trampled beneath his feet as he rises into a golden doorway at the end of the fresco. You're all squashed inside, cramped inside, some runes that are inscribed in a circle on the floor in Vaati, the language of the Wind Dukes. Where you're standing is comfortably and warmly lit from a source that you cannot identify. Outside the runes, the room is dim, the light from these rainbow lanterns, and I'm choosing to say that these lanterns are not like each one is a different colour because I just can't face that again. These rainbow lanterns is sort of dim. It's just enough to pick out the details, to pick out the shadows, the relief of the fresco, but not so much. It's a darker space. Behind that sarcophagus, as it floats 10 feet off the floor, there is a little set of steps that lead up to an alcove or a dais at the far end of the chamber. The whole thing is about 30, 40 foot long, this thing, so it's a wee little thing. Who wants to do what?
Do you want to? Can you just go around and describe the colour of each of the lanterns in turn? And
No, the lanterns are glowing with a rainbow radiance. All the colours of the rainbow.
All
are
of them
in
are-
every lantern, Paul.
They're not any which are shining any brighter than any other.
No. But let's number them. Well, let's use.
Can we use numbers?
Letters are better.
Let's use Roman numerals. Okay. Work our way round the lanterns. What do you want to do?
I've got my see invisibility running. Does that bring anything?
Oh, you have your see invisibility running. Yes. Burple. On that alcove at the top of the steps, there is a shape. You can't work out what it is. It could be something that's humanoid, but it seems to be sort of low and slumped if it is. It's a sort of
Is it moving?
rough. No.
Scary.
Anybody want to
Shows the time to
ask
take
me any other
Grimbold out.
questions?
I know what it is.
What is it?
It's a Mr. Doombringer, I think.
These are the times when showing pictures would be...
Sorry. So let's just summarise. So you've got 4 lanterns. Is that right?
Yeah. Do you want Frank Guy's storyteller? The lanterns are irrelevant.
Yeah, but those are the big sort of blocks with the ring, the circles on the top.
Yes, on our map they're marked. Yes, in
Okay.
each corner of the chamber.
Should we spend
Then
an
you've
hour?
got
on it?
Runes the runes that we're standing in, are they magical?
There's
Are
a
they
circle
glowing?
of runes. No, they're not glowing.
What? And they're in Vaati,
You don't know if
are
they're
they?
magical or not. They're in Vaati. You want to try and read them? Give me a straight intelligence check.
Straight intelligence check, getting a 22.
Nice.
22.
Okay, let me just find them in say.
A 22, Michael. Is that
Not
22?
expecting anyone to translate them.
Mm.
No. I was expecting
22.
somebody to translate them. I just have to find the
I'm
thing.
just going to say 22.
In
one more time.
1922,
1922.
discovered the shoe.
Give me a moment, Gazer.
I invented the flu.
The runes say, "Here lies Icosiol, Lord of Aqua, Wandering Duke, and Bearer of the Rod of Law. These words protect you from his vassal and tomb guardian."
Oh, it shall be translated.
It sounds
Well-
like we don't want to leave the circle of words, unless we've misunderstood that.
It does sound very much like we don't want to leave the circle of words, but we're not going to get very far doing anything unless we do leave the circle of words.
Well, I thought you use
what
the
are the
words
s-
to protect you, don't you? So you can speak them
Yeah, that's the other way of thinking about it.
So these words will protect you.
against the invisible thing at the end that's going to attack.
It doesn't say these words will protect you. It says these words protect you from his vassal and tomb guardian.
Could you read them out again?
Here lies Icosiol, Lord of Aqua, Wandering Duke and Bearer of the Rod of Law. These words protect you from his vassal and tomb guardian.
It's a bit hard to say whether the words are spoken or they're just the ones written on the ground.
The light is warm and welcoming and pleasant within the bounds of the circle described by the runes. The area of ground that you were lifted up into is very specifically and clearly within the circle of the runes.
I take Grimbold out, the beggar holding. Hello, Grimbold.
I'm saying it's about 9:45 on the morning of Thump Day, the 4th of Fart. He goes,
Jambe. Proceed forward into the chambre.
Grimbold
Triggers.
stumps forward, out of the circle, obviously.
Yeah.
Thump, thump. He keeps moving north. He's reached the sarcophagus.
Okay, anything happen?
Nope.
Grimbold, open the sarcophagus.
Well, it's floating 10 foot above the ground. He goes, "Zombie," and points at it above his head. He's only about 2.5 foot tall.
Grimbold, proceed further to the base of the stairs.
Zombie. He steps forward. As he does so, something happens. The slumped form on the gallery moves. What you first see is eyes opening. Eyes that are radiant with light. You can't actually see the form itself, you just see the eyes open on this form. Parker, when you were in the gallery with the strange black sphere and the strange chandeliers where you fought the ooze, you saw a scene depicted on one of those chandeliers, which was a demon on one knee swearing loyalty to a Windduke figure that stood over it, rendered in miniature. And that demon was covered in eyes. It was a humanoid form, a horned demon, but covered in eyes. This is the same. Tiny eyes start open all over this form, defining its outline. It starts to move. It's large. It is broad of shoulder. It is brawny. It seems deliberate of purpose as it stands. It starts to walk towards you. When it steps forward, you can see that it's got little eyes dotting all over its torso, eyes pitting its neck, its side, pitting its limb. It has little eyes sitting in its fingertips that roll and move. As it steps forward, tiny eyes on the soles of its feet. You can hear them squelching and popping.
Yeah. But it's now visible, is it? It's not invisible anymore.
Well, it's visible in terms of light is emitting from these eyes that are opening out all over its form. Remember, the far end of the chamber is dark. It itself is a dark form. It's defined by the eyes that are opening all over its figure. Yes?
So, theoretically, if it closed all its eyes, it would go invisible again.
It was invisible, but Burple can see it.
But if it closed
As the eyes are opening, it is becoming visible.
Yeah,
yes.
so if it closed
Sorry.
all its eyes simultaneously, it would disappear again.
Something like that, yes. Half the eyes are green, and half the eyes are grey.
Do we recognise it from any legend?
No, but it's definitely made real and in full size the demon form that was on the chandelier scene in the gallery.
So Icosiol somehow bound one of his arch enemies to serve him as a guardian.
It certainly seems like that. It steps down.
Grimbold, return quickly.
It doesn't seem to be agitated. It doesn't seem to be in any kind of hurry. It just very deliberately and methodically squelches its way down the steps. All of these eyes dotted over its form, as they open and close, little radiances of grey and green light spread like a light show all around it.
Can anybody do a sunlight spell?
Who wants to do what? Let's start with Buggy.
As a free action, I shout, Grimbold, return.
Okay. I think it's ignoring Grimbold. It's reacted to Grimbold's presence, but if Grimbold starts backing away, it doesn't do anything.
He's just undead anyway. He's probably not interested.
Exactly. As Grimbold stumps towards you, this thing just stands there, blinking its hundreds of eyes. And you get the sense that it is watching you with all of its eyes.
Are we going to attack it, folks?
We could try reasoning with it.
Okay. I
say,
we're here to... What are we doing here again? We're here to help Icosiol defeat
the worms.
Like that, is
the Age of Worms.
These are bad.
No.
The Ebon Triad. We're here to help
defeat the Ebon Triad.
Rid the world of the Ebon Triad.
The coming together of the three Hoogies.
We will forget who
we have been given the seal
you are faced
in order to
with
take
the necessity of understanding what you're doing.
Quickly reverts to worm plot.
We are the
Yes,
chosen
really
ones to take the Rod of
deep.
Law. We have been given the seal. We have come to claim the Rod of Law and other
We're not here to
artifacts that lions do.
Aren't we here for the seal?
Absolutely not here to plunder the tomb of its magic at all.
What seal?
Hadn't crossed our minds.
I thought that's why we came here.
This thing is just watching you impassively.
What? Stand back.
Just jumping in quickly on the old story exposition mode. The seal is the object that you've used to get yourself this far.
Yeah. So we're not here to
We're
get
not
that.
here for the seal.
No.
We're not really sure why we're here.
This thing just looks at you.
What
This thing's just
Ellie
looking at you.
got? No, hang on.
We're here to get the Rod of Law.
Is it the Rod of Law? I thought it was... Okay.
It's the Rod of Law that will help
What did
us
Hesty say we
defeat-
needed to get? Can anyone
defeat the
remember?
baddies.
We don't know why we're here because we were looking for Hesty in the first place, and then we found this place.
I don't think we have a
No, we
purpose
found
for being
Hesty. He told us to come here.
here. No, he told us to. He gave us something and said, "You'll need this. Go over there." But he didn't tell us what we were here for. Pretty certain.
Yeah.
Did we forget to ask that?
Can anybody? I don't know what
I'm
sound
going to step
the
outside
DM
the
pinching
circle.
the bridge of his nose makes, but
I'm going to
the
step
microphone can't
outside
pick
the
this up.
circle.
Hang on. Before you do that, John, let's see if we can figure out why we're
Friend,
here.
guide, storyteller, Mike. Why are we here?
Refreshing your memory. What Hesty actually did was hand you the seal.
Yeah.
He was holding it when you freed him from his lightning bubble prison. And he told you that he was investigating this, what he believes to be the tomb of Icosiol, because his understanding was that the Wind Dukes buried artifacts of great power with their illustrious dead.
Yeah.
And that were one to find the true tomb of Icosiol, great artifacts might be recovered that may help
That's
the world of the good people
what I said.
fend off or protect themselves against the onrushing age of worms and age of writhing darkness. Now, he also thinks that there is a chance or a possibility that a fragment of the Rod of Law may reside here, but he wasn't certain because the Rod of Law was broken into 7 parts when it was used to banish Miska the wolf spider during the Battle of the Fields of Pesh.
Right.
But that's what Hesty was looking for. I mean, that's what Hesty was researching, exploring for. He wasn't. There's no certainty.
Okay.
I'm going to step outside the circle and I'm going to ready an action to move back into the circle if he comes running up to me.
Fine. Let's roll for initiative. What's its initiative? This thing. Not that great.
Okay.
Here we go.
Purple.
Yeah.
16.
Okay, I get an 8. Okay. This thing's initiative is 9.
Alessandra.
Sessions, what you get?
I got 22.
Parker, what you get?
17.
Burple, what you get?
16.
Uncle Buggy, what you get?
3. Natural 1.
Sandra, what you get?
I'll get a natural 1. Can I reroll it? Oh.
17.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
I don't know. I don't think you can re-roll initiative rolls. Starting on 22 with Sessions, you're inside the circle. This thing has not reacted as yet to Buggy stepping out of the circle. Buggy, it's dark. It's colder when you step outside the circle. Not like scarily colder, just like, you know, when the heater in the pub table, then you step away. It's like that kind of feeling. Sessions, what do you want to do? This thing is looking... Don't know. It's looking impassive.
Graham's absolute worst nightmare.
I'm thinking I might
Do a sunlight spell.
It would be a great spell to cast if only I had it prepared or knew it.
Or it existed.
But I am going to ready a spell, Mike. I'm going to ready the spell Banishment, and I'm going to cast it on it if it starts to attack us. Moves with hostility.
Understand. Yes, any hostile action from this thing will be met with a banishment spell. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Alessandra on 17. You're inside the circle.
Alessandra's going to do a short dash action and then a ready step outside the circle.
Stepping outside the circle.
And do a ready action
it's colder outside the circle, colder and darker.
To shoot this thing, should it...
If it does what?
If it attacks.
Okay. Parker on 17.
Well, I guess I will also ready an action.
Mm-hmm. Are you staying inside the circle or are you stepping outside the circle? You don't have to move, you can just ready an action.
No, I'll stay inside the circle and I'll ready an action to do Fangs of the Fire Snake.
Purple on 16.
I'm going to do a daylight spell.
Yes, good choice.
Okay, tell me about the daylight spell.
A 60-foot radius sphere of light spreads out from a point you choose within range. The sphere is bright light and sheds dim light for an additional 60 foot. So basically light up the whole room. If you choose a point on an object you are holding or one that isn't being worn or carried, the light shines from the object and moves with it, completely covering the affected object with an opaque object, such as a bowl or a helm, blocks the light. If any of this spell's area overlaps with an area of darkness created by a spell of 3rd level or lower, the spell that created the darkness is dispelled.
Any vestige of darkness is gone, is banished. You can see everything clearly. This thing doesn't like that. You don't know if there's a material problem, but it doesn't like that bright light much. It's got an awful lot of eyes.
Yeah.
It's it. It says something that you don't understand.
Does Dan understand even maybe a little bit of it?
Does anybody speak Abyssal?
Oh.
Because if you do, then you do understand it.
Hang on.
Nope.
No. Celestial?
Nope.
Orc?
No.
Are you going to go through all the languages now?
Yeah.
No, I was just wondering whether some slightly sort of...
We're not going to start doing language. No. It's not like Dutch and German. It's like, it's Abyssal. So,
okay.
No. Okay, so it stands there and sort of goes... And that's all it does. Moving on to Uncle Buggy on 3.
It's just saying this. It's not
languages.
It's a bit late, and it's said it now.
It's not being hostile or anything.
Well, you could.
It's impassive. It's not looking friendly. It's not looking hostile. It's just standing
don't
there.
Go near the.
Bear in mind that where our little map, dear readers, we're looking at a map. Has got the sarcophagus in it. The sarcophagus is 10 foot up. This thing is about 9 foot tall. So there's nothing in between you and it. It's standing at the far side of the room. The sarcophagus is above all of your heads.
I'm going up and hitting it. No?
I
don't know.
You've moved your mini back again. It's classic Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh, any suggestions?
Run up and hit it.
Do we not have comprehend languages or anything? Cleric sessions who've got comprehend languages or...
I mean, almost certainly.
The issue here is I don't want to be whatever. It's Uncle Buggy's. It's Uncle Buggy's turn. It's Uncle Buggy moves,
move up
readies an action, or loses his action.
I'm moving up to the sarcophagus, and I'm readying an action to run back to the circle if it moves towards me in a hostile manner.
Okay. You really now start to feel as you step closer to it, the power, the aura of the light that's emitting from all of these eyes on it. There's no actual effect, but, well, at least not yet.
Do I feel
Sessions.
if I looked away, it wouldn't make any difference? Or is it?
That's an odd one. You don't, at the moment, have any sense of... Would you like to look away?
Well, can I look at the ground so I can...
You could look at the ground, but unlike a lot of creatures, where you were trying to avoid the gaze of a creature from eyes that were set in its head, you can look away and not meet that gaze. But doing so, you can still sort of keep a sense of where the creature is, because you can see its feet, you can see its lower part of its body or whatever. Right. With this thing, it's got eyes all over it. If you want to avoid its gaze completely, you can't look at it at all. You're going to be looking away from it.
But it's...
You don't know what the
but I can feel
mechanical
it.
effect
I can feel
that might be.
the aura, you're saying.
You can feel, as you step closer to it, that as you're bathed by the light of all of the radiance of all of these eyes, that it was unpleasant to look at when you were standing 30-something feet away. Now you're standing 15 feet away. You can actually feel the power of the gaze on you, but it doesn't seem to be affecting you as of yet.
Okay, I'm going to look away.
So you can't see it at all.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you don't know where it is, but I'm just saying you can't see it.
If I hear it moving towards me, I will run back.
Yes, of course. Session's on 22.
I continue to hold
Maintaining
my
your
ready action.
Okay, Alessandra on 17.
I think what Alessandra's going to do is fly up. So to try and look at towards the sarcophagus.
Okay, you're flying up to the sarcophagus.
Up to the sarcophagus.
Up to the sarcophagus.
And seeing...
Where are you going up to the top of it? I mean, you can't see the top of it.
Well, I'm going to fly... The ceiling's very high and it's 10 foot.
The ceiling's 60 feet.
So if I fly up, I can fly up and towards the sarcophagus so I can see over the top of it.
You can. Do you want me to describe what you can see?
Yes, please.
Well, I'm not going to unless you give me £10.
You can take your £10 and stick it.
Well, it's interesting when you get to the top, when you look down on the sarcophagus, because there is a carving of Icosiol on the top of the sarcophagus, but it is not the same. The carving on the top depicts the same sleeping wind duke, but this carving's hands are empty and protrude upwards from the top of the carving and seem to be carved as if to hold an object, but that object is absent. You think that the size of the object that it feels like it's set up to hold is, well, see if you can guess.
Yes, rod-shaped.
No.
Oh, disc-shaped.
Guess. Yeah, as it turned out, you couldn't guess. Yeah, it looks like it's about exactly the right sort of positioning to hold the seal.
All right. How far have I moved?
Forward about 10 feet, and let's say up about 10 feet. Let's not do Pythagoras. You've got loads of movement left.
Can I go back, pick up the disc, and then place the disc back into the hands?
Go back through the floor.
The top of the column is where we put the disc.
You were kind of lifted up. You're not quite sure what happens about getting back. You might be able to. I'm going to try flying down through the floor.
I'm going to try and fly down through the floor.
You can fly down through the floor. It will support your weight if you just stand on it, but you can fly through it. Isn't that magic? You emerge into the chamber with air elementals and stuff. I'm going to say that you don't have to worry about them.
I'm going to whip the disc out.
Pick up the seal.
Yep.
Back into the room.
I've got 120 foot of movement available to me.
You're fine.
And I place the seal into the hands of the relief, the statue relief.
Well.
When
you do that,
yep,
it slots snugly
Is there a
into the space that has been given it.
Is it like a little click as it goes in?
As soon as you do so, the sarcophagus starts descending to the ground. You reckon it's going to take, 6 seconds to reach the ground, but it starts to move. That will do for you, Parker, on 17.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't have to do anything. Don't feel pressured, right? Don't feel peer pressure.
Do it.
Just because all the other kids are doing it, right?
No,
you don't
what I
have to
will do is I will step forward next to Sessions. So we're all in
step out of the circle.
Yes, so we're all in a line.
Burple on 16.
I'm just going to wait, I think.
You readying anything?
I'm ready to hit the thing if it comes up to attack me with my sword.
This thing has run out of patience.
It's Doctor.
You've not responded to whatever it was that it said. You've interfered with the sarcophagus. That is really all it needs to make its decision about what to do next. First of all, it targets Buggy. with its grey eyes.
Can those of us with ready actions take their ready actions?
Yeah, you can. That's definitely an attack.
Okay, I'm not looking at it, but...
I know you're not looking at it, yep. But
So-
let's resolve Sessions' thing first. The banishment spell, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's the DC of the saving throw?
It's a DC 16 charisma saving throw.
Let's see how we do here. As you probably suspected, it's going to be a long and arduous road. It saves with a 17. Buggy, it targets you with the grey eyes. A beam lances out from one of them, rolling an 18, hitting armor class 28.
yeah.
You take 12 points of necrotic damage, pretty weedy roll, and you feel like you've been discombobulated by being struck by these grey eyes. You're not quite sure what it is.
I didn't feel that I needed to be looking at it for it to...
No, you felt that this was like an active thing. It's bathed you with the gaze of one or more grey eyes. It targets Alessandra with the green eyes. Likewise, it must roll to strike Alessandra.
Okay,
Hitting armor class 19.
that's a hit.
You take poison damage as the green eyes bathe you with their sickening light.
Okay.
It's not insignificant.
Oh,
That
it
is
is.
still 3 ones. On 3d10, you take 3 points of poison damage.
Oh.
I cannot believe it.
That
This thing is an idiot.
that is
This thing has
unbelievably
been
lucky.
waiting in the tomb for uncountable
years.
thousands of years. Can you give me a DC 18 Constitution saving throw, though? No, you are sickened.
Oh, great.
You have to look that condition up.
Thank you.
We'll talk about when you're not sickened a bit later, but for the moment. And it moves up to you both, and it attacks.
I can hear
I'm
it
up in
moving.
the
I
air.
get my ready action as soon as it moves up, right?
Me
You
too.
do.
Me too.
Okay, so let's start with those. Let's start with Buggy.
Okay, well, I'm running back to the... As long as I'm not within its reach, am I?
It could, theoretically, you think it might be able to reach you with one of its claws were you to run for it. Up to you.
No, okay.
I mean, you can't see it, so you don't really know this anyway because you're looking at the floor, but
No, it's just hearing it.
sickened, not poisoned. Paul.
Oh, it's sickened
I
condition.
can't. There is no such.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it is poisoned. It is poisoned. My mistake. It's a 3.5 dungeon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buggy, you wanna move?
No.
You're going to stay as it moves forwards. That was your ready to action, Burnt, right? You sure?
It's coming up to my round soon, is it?
Yes, you're next.
Yes, okay, I'll stay with that.
Parker, you have a ready to action based upon it moving forwards.
I
Do you want to take it?
Yes.
What would you like to do?
So it gets Fangs of the Fire Snake.
Oh, does
That's
it now?
2
Okay.
attacks. First of all, rolling a 10 plus
Are
7.
you looking at it?
I guess I am, yeah.
Great. Find out what it
Okay.
does.
Why not? Armor class 17.
Is a miss.
Oh dear. And then a second attack.
Yep.
Hitting armor class 23.
Is definitely a hit.
So that's 17 points in total of fire damage.
You feel like you're damaging it, but not as much as you'd be hoping to.
Yeah. And now what does the eyes do?
Nothing yet, but
Okay.
you were looking at it, right?
Right.
On 3,
Mm.
Uncle Buggy. You could feel its hot breath. You
Okay.
can feel yourself being bathed by the malevolent gaze.
Okay, I'm doing a protection from poison,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to
Run away.
bonus action rage.
That's everything?
And I'll move slightly to the west of it.
Okay. You started your round within its gaze, but you were looking away.
Yes.
Fine. We move on to Sessions on 22. Alessandra, are you looking away or are you looking at it?
I'm looking away.
Burple, are you looking away or looking at it?
Yeah.
Sessions on 22.
I'm going to cast Bless.
Okay, that's a D4.
D4, I'm going to cast it 3rd level. It affects everybody.
Alessandra on 17. You start your turn next to this thing. You can't see it. You can feel
Alessandra's
its
gonna-
hot breath against you.
Disengage and move back into the circle.
Can't you do an attack before you get...
No, because then I can attack from within the circle.
That might not work.
Parker on 17.
But can't you attack and disengage?
Do we want to go back and change that, or
Is
is it
it
part
not
of it?
using an attack?
Oh, right. So it's actually my proper turn now.
Yeah.
You are looking at the thing,
Yeah.
and you're within 20 feet of it.
Yes.
Can you make a DC 18 Constitution saving throw?
Fucking hell. Oof.
Yes.
I can.
Okay, you're fine.
I rolled an 18.
Mike, I'm using a free action to avert my gaze.
Okay.
I'm going to step up to it, and I'm going to flame tongue it.
Ugh.
A natural 20.
I presume you're not going to gamble.
I'm not going to gamble,
Really?
but I'm going to roll an extra 1d6.
Days of gambling are over.
5 points of normal damage, 9 points of fire damage, and another
Yes.
5 points of normal damage. So 10 normal and 9
10
fire.
bludgeoning
You're
from a
fired.
magic
10, no,
weapon.
no, 10 slicing from the sword,
Okay, yeah.
and 9 fire.
Okay.
Fire
this thing
damage
has
is
been-
doubled as well if it's a critical.
Is that
It's
right
just-
with the flame tongue?
It's just the bonus that's not doubled.
Yeah, it's
So
the
I can roll,
your damage
do I
or
double it or do I
double
roll
or
it
damage
again?
dice.
I mean, roll it
Roll the
twice.
dice again.
So
Roll another dice of fire
Okay.
damage.
2d6
so-
of fire damage.
another 6 of fire damage.
Okay.
So that's 15 fire.
You feel like
and
you've wounded it. You
10
feel like you've burst
Okay,
a
that's
couple
the
of
first attack.
eyes.
Yeah. Second
Ugh.
attack.
It's another 20.
Another
Oh.
20. And that's amazing.
12
12 of
So that's
normal.
12 for this piercing.
slashing.
And
Yeah.
slashing, yes. 3 from the flame, so that's
That's
9
9.
from the flame. Which is a miss, I'm guessing, a 4.
That is a miss.
And it has to make a DC 14 Constitution save.
Is it a magical thing? Is it a spell effect?
It's a monk thing. Fuck.
It makes a save.
Yeah, okay, bollocks.
with
Right, and
an
hold on,
18.
and
Oh.
because I've attacked it, I can now move back without taking an attack of opportunity.
Yes,
So I will move back inside the circle and avert my gaze.
I like it. Burple on 16.
Am I right that Alessandra is poisoned?
You are
Yes.
right. Alessandra is poisoned.
I will do a lesser restoration.
Ooh,
Yes. You remove a condition
to
or one
remove
condition on the
poison
character.
condition.
thank you.
Anything else?
I just seem to be.
You're keeping your gaze
Alessandra's.
averted,
I'm
right?
keeping my gaze averted. Mind you, it might come
Okay.
up and hit me, but
It's it. Uncle Buggy. It's got nobody else to attack but you.
nobody else
Targets
but
you with
But
its
it.
Eyes of the Abyss. It rolls to attack with the green eyes, hitting armor class 25. That is a hit. It missed you with the first one, by the way. I can edit that
So
out,
I'm
but we know.
raging and I took half.
Well, we'll get to that. First of all, you take a poison damage, but you've also got resistance to poison, right?
I have advantage against saving throws against being poisoned, and I have
Okay, so
resistance
make-
to poison
So you
damage.
take half damage then.
So you take half damage, and I don't think you double up half damage with the barbarian rage.
No.
No. Okay, so you take half of the following poison damage,
What? Wouldn't it double up?
12 points of poison damage for you,
Yeah.
and then can you make at advantage a DC 18 Constitution save?
18.
This is a save.
Save.
Okay,
Bother with
wow,
a
this
second.
is clutch. And now it's going to use its regular attacks. I mean,
Yeah.
goodness gracious. Okay, it's bite. The bite is the thing that to be scared of. Let's see what happens with the bite.
I've just
right?
You guys, I'm not going to stand next to this thing for very long.
No, you are not. Armor class 26 is a hit, right?
Yeah.
It does 26
13.
points of piercing damage. Yeah, 13. Then it attacks you with a claw attack. Hits armor class. A 16 is a miss. And finally, it headbutts you. I'm not making this up. Missing with a 2. And we move on to Uncle Buggy on 3. You starting your own. You're not looking at it, are you?
No, so I'm going to
Okay.
take it at disadvantage, I guess. The first attack,
Yeah, this is with the flame tongue.
I rolled a 19.
Is a hit.
Okay, and then the other one, because it's a disadvantage. Yes,
Oh, it's also
so I
a
hit.
hit.
Right, flame tongue, damage, raging.
Yeah.
I do 14 points of damage, 6 of which is fire.
Okay. I mean, this
Do you have
thing has
another
been
attack?
wounded.
Or only
I
one?
mean,
Another attack.
yeah, off you go. At disadvantage,
That's a hit.
16 is a hit, but what about the other roll?
That's
You get to add the bless. but it
9.
probably-
Get 1d4, do
Yeah.
I? Yes.
That's not going to be enough. Okay.
I guess I'm just going to stand there and soak up the damage.
Session's on 22. You're inside the circle.
Fairy Fire might cancel out that.
I don't have that.
Spirit Guardians?
The problem with Spirit Guardians is it's concentration and you lose the bless, and I'm thinking you want the bless for the saves and the to hit rolls. That's what I'm thinking. All my kind of offensive spells are unfortunately concentration.
Can you... Don't worry about the bless.
You sure?
I'm probably going to hit it next round and then I'm going to go back into the circle, probably.
We don't know that the circle is, aside from the runes on the floor, we don't know that the circle is defensive.
Hasn't attacked anyone in the circle.
Well, it's only attacked Buggy so far.
How wounded is Buggy?
I'm on 58 out of 105. I think the amount of times it hits, I could probably do one more round next to it.
This is full Uncle Buggy redemption mode. I'm loving this. Anyway, Sessions on 22. Come on.
I'll just do as much damage as you can. Don't worry about the save, bless, or whatever. Just do damage.
Okay, I'll do Toll the Dead on it.
Okay. Is it a saving throw?
It's Wisdom 16.
Fails the first roll. Fails the second roll.
Oh, it looked good.
It'll take
16.
that. It'll take that.
Nice.
Radiant, sir. Radiant.
Ooh.
16 points
Radiance.
of radiance.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
16. Oh. The eyes are being burst. Its form is being damaged. It's weirdly impassive still. It's just kind of standing there. It doesn't... Well, nobody's really looking at it. But hey, did you have to look at it? Is it target a creature you can see? I don't want to be a bastard about this, but is that what it says?
It is.
Okay.
So I
Well,
look at
I
it
think
and then I
that...
stop looking at it.
Okay. Alessandra on 17.
Alessandra is going to look at it, and she's going to shoot it, and then
Yes.
she's going to look away.
Okay.
Is 23.
23 is a hit.
6 points plus.
Oh,
Oh, crap. Another 9 points of
Oh,
damage.
shit. What a crap dice
You're
roll.
using a magical weapon?
Yep, plus 2.
That is a dreadful dice. That is a dreadful dice roll.
Just shit.
Is that it for you?
Yeah.
Okay, Parker on 17, not looking, in the circle.
So
The deal here is what you can't do
Yeah.
is like not be looking and then decide to look, have an attack, and then look away. Yeah. It's
yeah, if I attack without
the-
looking, then I attack at what disadvantage?
a disadvantage, yes. If you attack with looking, you have to make a saving throw at the start of your round.
I will attack at disadvantage.
Okay, using the fangs of the fire
No,
snake.
I will step up,
Oof.
averting
Step
my
up to
gauge.
the streets. Invert your gauge. Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Gaze.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
getting late. So that's a 4.
Oh
That's going to be
dear.
a miss.
Miss.
And the second
Attack.
attack
Oh, it's 13. Hits armor
hits
class.
armor class
20.
20. Would that be a hit?
Is a hit.
But I need to roll again.
Yes, you do.
Disadvantage.
No,
Is
that's going to be enough.
That's going to be enough. So that's
13. Yep.
5 points of normal damage and 9
Mhm.
points of flame damage.
Yep.
And
Got
then
it. Yep.
finally I get an unarmed strike.
This is looking quite wounded.
10 for 17.
Is a miss.
It's a miss anyway. Okay, and then I will step back into the circle.
Okay. And we move on to purple on 16.
Purple is going to do Fairy Fire on it. DC 15
Yay.
saving throw.
Okay, dexterity save.
Dexterity.
It saves. Anything else?
No.
Uncle Buggy, this is not good for you. What it's going to do is it's going to step forward and it's going to attack Sessions, Burple, and Buggy. So starting with Buggy, it's going to use its
The circle didn't do anything.
physical attacks. Well, I mean, maybe it does, but
Not
maybe
physical.
something has happened. First of all, attacking with its bite, it misses with an 8. It's not going to be enough. It rolls a 12. Its armor class 22 with
Yes.
its claw. The claw attack does 9, 10, 14 slashing damage.
7.
So 7. And then finally, it goes for the headbutt, rolling an 18 and hitting.
No, I'm armor
4.
class 19.
No, when it rolls an 18, it hits armor class 28.
Okay.
Sorry to give you that false comfort
That's all right.
briefly. Doing 2d8 plus 5 bludgeoning damage as it smacks its cranium. I mean, I don't know quite how it reaches.
How does it reach?
Smacks
Can't do it.
I don't know.
Can't do it.
It
Neil's
smacks
down.
its
Up,
cranium
let alone headbutt me.
into Buggy's corpulent form, doing 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Then it bathes Sessions with the grey eyes. Hitting armor class 15 Sessions.
No, miss.
And then it uses the green eyes on Burple, hitting armor class 20.
Yeah.
You take the following amount of poison damage. 12, 19 points of poison damage and a DC 18 Constitution save.
19
As it
points.
bathes you with the green
And a
eyes.
Constitution save.
DC 18.
I'm not very good at those. No.
Let's
If you
use
use an-
No. Do you want to use your Orc
You
dice?
could bless
Dice.
first.
Well, that's a D4, right?
Oh, right. You only got 12, did you?
Yeah. So, Orc dice
Oh, no.
fails.
It's a 1. Okay, you're poisoned.
Okay.
You're not quite sure how long for. You're not quite sure what the deal is about escaping the poison condition, but that's that. We move on to Uncle Buggy on 3.
Can I see inside the sarcophagus?
Do you want to jump up?
Not so I get an attack opportunity, but I'm going to just bounce up with my ring of jumping.
You're just going to bounce up and look down and then land.
Have a look. Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you what you can see.
What's
It's just a
is he holding a rod or some artifact?
What can you see? Well, basically, what you can see is an enormous argument about magical items. That's what you can see.
Lots of magic.
There's nothing more. There's no body. It's nothing more than dust and fragments of bone. But several potent-looking items remain within the sarcophagus. And I will describe them to you, and then we will move on. It looks like there's a pair of gauntlets, one of which seems to be crackling with electrical energy, the other one which seems to be rolling with dark clouds on its surface.
There is a short sword in the same style as the longsword that Burple wields.
There is an odd amulet or talisman or fetish on a chain that's like a stylized cyclone or something carving with some runes on it that you can't read. There is a longbow with a tracery of runes along its form. There is a ring studded with sapphires, occasionally sort of fritzing with electrical energy. And there is some kind of fragment, broken part of a rod or something nestling there amongst the other things. And then you land. And what else do you want to do, Uncle Buggy?
Hang on. That was my move action.
I know. And what else do you want to do is my question.
Well, I think you have to attune to items to be able to use them, don't you? Which is a short rest, so that's not going to happen. I was thinking
I mean, that was a very good
grabbing
tour
something
of the...
bashing it with it. Well, there's no body, though. Okay.
The remains are just dust and bone fragments.
Do we think any of these things control the
No.
demon? Okay, I'll just bash it then.
Oh,
That's a hit.
it's a hit.
Because I'm attacking disadvantage, another roll. That's a hit.
It's a hit. It's a hit.
I do
Uncle Buggy might be yes,
22 points of damage,
my
11 of which is
goodness.
fire. And I bash it again.
I mean, okay.
That's a hit. And a hit.
Oh, we rolled off the 17 roll to a 3 and it's a miss.
And then I'm going to move slightly around
That's tough to
the
take.
front of the thing.
Sessions on 22.
I can either try and damage it again, or I could do the lesser restoration on Burple. Does that make a difference to you at the moment, Burple?
It
The point.
doesn't actually, really.
You do a heal on me?
Okay, I'll do a heal on Uncle Buggy then.
Right.
How much?
I'm on 44, so that's probably one round left.
Okay.
Standing next to it. Maybe two.
Right.
Never has a DM held on to a Wii for so long. Not that, you should take that as a cue, Graham, to just
Yeah.
work out. Okay.
27.
27 points of
Thanks
damage.
very much.
Fucking hell.
Thank you.
Wow.
Very nice.
Thank you, Dr. Eusebio.
Smadlicus.
Anything else from you, Sessions?
No, in this guy I'm not looking at it, obviously.
No. And Alessandra, you start your round looking at it, right? We were nice the round before.
Yeah.
You can't not look at it, fire, look away.
Can I look
You
at
either
it?
start your
look-
round looking at it, in which case you attack without disadvantage, or you start your round not looking at it, in which case you attack with disadvantage. Simple.
I'll start my round looking at it.
Okay, can you make a DC 18?
Fucking
And you really want to make this save. Constitution save.
And I roll a 19.
Can make
Plus.
that save. That was absolutely critical.
Hitting, well, plenty, 27.
It's a hit.
Doing
Exciting.
longbow damage. 13 plus
That's a bit
23.
more like it.
36 points of damage.
Jesus, 36 points of damage.
Magical
As
damage.
your arrow thuds into it, it physically reels back. It just sort of staggers a little. Doesn't look like it's a sort of thing that surrenders, but that absolutely put it back on its heels. And it's Parker on 17. You starting your round not looking at it, right?
Yeah.
Well, did you want to do the thing of the what's it? Whatever it is that you have?
I'm just having a quick think.
The longer you think about this, the funnier it is, because Paul just gets increasingly desperate.
I've given up on.
He's now
I've given
even
up on
seen the
tomorrow.
stuff that's in the sarcophagus.
He wants to hang around because he knows he won't get it.
Yeah,
He disappears.
yeah.
I'm just getting
Go
increasingly
in
tired.
there. You got to be in the conversation, haven't you?
I've just given up on tomorrow. It's all right.
Paul keeps eyeing the door. He's now just letting his whole professional life just
In your own time,
dissipate.
Lucas.
I am going
Missed.
to do a
Poo.
Fist of
In the
Unbroken Air
Of course you
Poo
are.
fist.
because I don't think that I need to look at it. I just do it in the direction of the creature.
You don't need to look at
And
it. Okay,
makes
do
a
it.
DC 14 strength saving throw.
It fails that save.
Lovely. It takes 3.
Is it a magical effect?
It is. Well, it's.
Hold up, I get to
Key.
roll again then. Sorry. It still fails that save with a 7. I can't believe it.
Awesome. So it takes
Whoa.
13 points of damage,
What kind of damage?
Death damage.
bludgeoning.
Magical damage.
Magical damage?
Yes, well, it's a.
Is it
it's a-
magical?
It's
Yeah,
an elemental discipline.
Because he got
I think we agreed a long time ago in the Dark Cathedral. I think we agreed that was magical damage. Okay, fine. Yep. Well,
Right,
it's,
and it says I can push the creature up to 20 foot away and
Right,
knock it
was that-
prone. But I'm choosing not to push it away.
yes.
Just knock it prone.
Okay. Well, it's not prone,
So-
and we move on to Burple on 16.
So this thing has 10-foot reach, right?
So far as you metagame, yes, it's got long arms. Put it that
So
way.
if you're
I'm
within
going-
5 feet of it, you have advantage. And the
Because
it's
creature
not
has
prone.
disadvantage on attack
Don't
rolls.
care.
And the only
Hmm.
movement option is a stand up.
Yeah. Well, the advantage and disadvantage are cancelled out with the whole thingy.
Yeah.
Technically, you could attack it without looking
Yeah.
at it, but not at disadvantage because
There
they
you go.
cancel out. Very, very smart move from Parker.
So does it have 10-foot reach? Is it still?
I don't think that affects it.
Because I'm thinking dissonant whispers.
I don't know how that works because it would use 3 squares of its movement to stand up,
Yeah. Let's do it.
or it could crawl, but that would be half move. So it's the same.
It's got advantage on saving throws against magic, right?
Yes.
Because I'm thinking I
Super
could do
tight.
confusion on it. Quite fun. But I won't. I will do dissonant whispers.
Who's looking at it? No one at the moment.
16 points of damage, save to half. DC 15 wisdom save.
I'm just going to roll again. It made it.
So 8 points
So
of
8
psychic
points
damage.
of psychic damage. This thing is now looking quite badly wounded, but it is its turn.
It's not because I have a move. And I'm going to
Okay.
step back into the pocket.
Okay. It steps forward
it's probably only physical attacks.
and it is going to attack Uncle Buggy first with its bite. Uncle Buggy's clearly the big threat. Rolls an 8, hits armor class 18, is a miss.
Miss.
Then it attacks with its claw. It rolls a 15, hits armor class 25. That is a hit. It does 18 points of slashing damage.
Okay, that's 9.
And then the headbutt on Uncle Buggy. 15 hits armor class 25.
Yeah,
11 points of bludgeoning damage on Uncle Buggy.
that's 5.
Now it bathes
Yeah.
Sessions with the grey eyes. It rolls a 7. It hits armor class 17. It's not going to
It's
be
not
enough.
enough.
That bounced off a 17.
Can I do a reaction? Sorry.
When it
I'm
attacks
going
you,
to do
yeah.
my Wrath of Storm
Oh,
channel divinity.
yes. How does that
thing.
work?
So, I've just forgotten. Hang on. Wrath of Storm.
Oh.
Channel divinity, destructive rat.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Sorry.
Okay.
Wrath of Storm, I do 2d8 lightning or thunder damage, and I'm using my Channel Divinity Destructive Wrath, which maximizes it. So I'm doing 16 points of...
Make a choice.
Thunder damage. What do you think, folks?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I think so.
DC 14 Dex save.
It's a magical effect, though, right?
Damage. Yeah, I guess so.
It makes that save.
Okay, 8 points of thunder damage.
All that thunder damage seems to land. Sessions, it missed you with the cocked dice that looked like a 17 bounced onto a 7.
Yeah.
Finally, it bathes Parker with the green eye. Rolling a 20, hitting armor class 30.
Fuck, yeah.
He's not going to gamble. It is 6d10 poison damage.
60-10.
Well, it's a critical.
Yeah.
A total of 38 points of poison damage on Parker. And Parker must make a DC 18 Constitution save to avoid being poisoned. 13.
No,
you want to use your
I
Ort? Have
do
you got
wanna
your
use
Ort
my
dice?
Ort dice. Yeah, I haven't used my Ort dice.
Is there a bless spell?
There
that
is a
you
bless,
still
but
wouldn't
then
make
you
it?
make it 17.
Won't make it. Wouldn't make
Oh,
it. Yeah.
What?
Okay.
No, no.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
wouldn't make it either. Oh, fuck's sake. No.
You're
I'm
poisoned.
poisoned.
Oh.
Join the club.
Right. I mean, this is basically it. The Wheel of Days turns for the time being.
Who's the time being?
And the destiny of heroes is written under the eye of Tonge and under the blessing of Ort.
What are
And
you
we come
talking
round to the turn of Uncle Buggy Bugraft on 3. What are you doing?
Right, I'll bash it.
This could be it.
That's a hit, and that's a hit.
That is a hit. Yes.
Being really lucky.
This thing
these
is
dice
teetering
rolls.
how much damage?
21 points of damage, 7 of fire.
21 points of damage.
7 of
You
fire.
slam the moderately okay sword of potato heating into the body of Auguric, ancient demonic tomb guardian of Icosiol, and you slice through its form and it collapses to the ground, leaking dark ichor, and all of its eyes slowly close as their radiance fades, and you've destroyed it. The
Well
moment
done.
that
I
you
mean, yeah.
do
but
so,
Buggy. God.
from the sarcophagus, you feel a wave at first of resentment and of jealousy and of avarice, but then of welcome and support and generosity. And crackling lines of electricity emit from the sarcophagus and pierce you, enervating you with this elemental magical energy. And you feel that your ability to control your destiny and to avoid misfortune has been enhanced by this. And your Ort dice are now juiced by the power of Icosiol from D6 to D8.
Nice.
It's the first thing that happens.
Mhm.
Kind of feel a sense of a message being laid in your minds by the spirit of Icosiol, welcoming you and giving you blessing and asking you to take the items that you have found to help you in your
We
quest
certainly
against
will.
evil.
And we have finished Book 6 of the Age of Worms.
We are halfway through,
And you feel the blessing of
Ort settle upon you,
Me.
Nice.
and you are advanced to 11th level.
Okay.
You step forward and you look at the amassed treasures waiting for you. The gauntlets crackling with energy and roiling with thunderclouds. The sword glowing with blue radiance. The ring crackling with electricity, studded with sapphires. The bow, a tracery of ancient farty runes running down its form.
Farty runes.
Could it be the legendary bow of the East Wind? Well, we will find out
Is that what Paul asked for?
Sure,
Brilliant.
that was one of my characters.
when we pick up Book 7 of the Age of Worms, the legendary, the notorious Spire of Long Shadows. Next week.
Nice.
That was very
And
good.
then we can have a 15-hour argument about the magic.
To be honest, I'm wondering whether or not we shouldn't stop there, just in general, because I don't know if I can face the discussion. But we'll get into that.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. A Gathering of Winds and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. A Gathering of Winds was written by Wolfgang Bauer. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening!